A sudden, sharp crack from the kitchen jolted her. The sound of splintering wood. Amani's heart leaped into her throat. She wasn't alone. And whoever, or whatever, was in her home wasn't looking for valuables. They were looking for secrets. Her secrets. Adrenaline surged, clearing the fog of disbelief. Amani snatched the heavy iron poker from beside the cold stove, its weight a meager comfort. Every instinct screamed at her to flee, but a fierce, protective defiance rooted her feet to the worn floorboards. This was her home, her grandmother's legacy, and no phantom thief would desecrate it. She crept towards the kitchen. The rhythmic thud-thud of the rain, now a deafening crescendo in her ears. The air grew colder as she neared the doorway, a chill that had nothing to do with the night air seeping in. Peeking around the doorframe, Amani saw it. Her sturdy, old wooden kitchen table, scarred from years of family meals and storytelling, was split down the middle, a jagged, fresh wound in its surface. And rising from the splintered wood, shimmering with an ethereal, almost liquid light, was the Maasai beadwork necklace. It floated inches above the table, turning slowly, the intricate patterns now swirling like tiny galaxies. A soft, humming sound vibrated through the floorboards, a sound that seemed to emanate from the beads themselves. The air around it felt charged, alive. Amani wasn't dealing with a common burglar. As the necklace spun, a faint, almost transparent image began to coalesce above it. First, a shimmering outline, then features the broad shoulders of a man. His face obscured by shadow, but his posture one of immense power. He wasn't solid, but a ghostly presence formed from the very light the beads emitted. He held something in his spectral hand, a small silver glint. Her locket. Fear warred with a primal curiosity. Who was this spectral intruder? And why was he taking her mother's locket? A voice, ancient and resonating, filled the room, not from the figure, but seemingly from the very air around them. It was a language Amani had never heard, yet somehow she understood. The truth is not lost. The path is open. The spectral figure began to fade, the necklace slowly descending back towards the splintered table. Panic clawed at Amani. She couldn't let it disappear with her last tangible link to her mother. With a guttural cry, she lunged forward, not at the disappearing apparition, but at the beadwork necklace as it settled onto the wood. Her fingers closed around it, the beads surprisingly warm against her skin. The moment her hand clasped the necklace, a searing jolt shot up her arm. Images flashed through her mind, faces she didn't know, landscapes alien yet oddly familiar, and a woman's voice, soft and melodious, singing a lullaby she vaguely remembered from childhood dreams. It was her mother's voice when the dizzying surge subsided. Amani found herself on her knees, gasping. The necklace clutched tight. The spectral figure was gone, the splintered table silent. But on the cracked surface, right where the necklace had hovered, lay her locket. And beside it, a small, worn, leather-bound journal she'd never seen before. Its pages filled with elegant, looping script. With trembling hands, Amani opened the journal. The first page bore a familiar name, written in a hand strikingly similar to her own, Zawadi. Her grandmother's name, but this wasn't her grandmother's handwriting. This was older, more refined. The journal wasn't just old, it was centuries old. And the entry began in the year of the Great Drought. When the river ran dry and hope withered, I, Zawadi, keeper of the stories, wove this necklace. It carries the essence of our ancestors, a pathway to lost truths. Only one of true blood, bearing the mark of both lineage and loss, can awaken it. And only then will the locket reveal its true purpose. Amani looked at her locket, then at the necklace, then back at the journal. The stories her grandmother told her about their family's ancient connection to the land. to hidden knowledge suddenly made terrifying and exhilarating sense. The ghost wasn't a thief, but a messenger. The secrets weren't just her own. They were a legacy waiting to be unlocked. She wasn't just Amani, the simple woman from Nanyuki. She was part of something vast, something magical, and a hidden path had just revealed itself beneath the splintered wood of her kitchen table. The rain still fell, but its drumming now sounded like an invitation, not a warning. Amani knew with a certainty that settled deep in her bones that her life had just taken an unimaginable turn.